Welcome back to English 1X. This video is for students who are enrolled in the hybrid 1X, and you'll note that if you are scheduled for just one day a week in the classroom, then you are part of a hybrid class. So you'll have work that is equivalent to another day in the classroom that can be done online. And students and the facilitator in the hybrid class will usually select a date and time that work needs to be completed by prior to the next in-person class. So the work can be done what's called asynchronously, so the entire class doesn't have to meet online at the same time to do the work. You can do that throughout the week as long as it's completed by the time and date that your class has selected. So when we talked earlier, we went over Module 1, which was an introduction to the course and had information about the syllabus. Today I'm going to be talking about the other modules that you'll be completing as part of your hybrid course. If you're unfamiliar with how to access Canvas, you can start on your MySAC State page. In the middle column, you'll see a box with Canvas. If you go to your Canvas dashboard, you should see English 1X and a list of sections. Right now I'm enrolled or on the student view, and so mine doesn't show my dashboard, but you'll see a link for English 1X and your section number. Once you get into that, it will default to the home page, which has announcements. In the hybrid sections, the facilitators will send announcements to let you know which module is due that week and reminders about the due date and time. When you come in, you can look through the announcements, and then I suggest heading to the modules page. And I want to give you kind of an overview of what types of things that you'll see when you do the modules. So most of them have some sort of instructions, some readings to do, and then the culminating piece of a module is usually going to be a discussion board, and we'll look at one of these to kind of show you what that looks like. So here the instructions say to read through understanding writing assignments, tips and techniques, look over Purdue OWL's writing situation, and then complete your discussion board. So after you've looked over the materials, you'll click on the discussion, and it takes you here where you can look at the instructions. In this case, you're supposed to discuss one of the tips that stood out to you and talk about how you could use it in a future writing situation. Additionally, this one asks you to respond to another student. So please read the discussion prompts carefully. Some of them ask you to respond to 2 other students, some ask you to respond to 1 other student, or you may not need to respond, you may just need to write an original post. If you click reply, it will bring up a window for you to create your response. I think 1 well-formed paragraph is appropriate. You can also use bold, underline, change the font, and we even have the ability in Canvas to record information as well. So, but the minimum required would be 1 well-formed paragraph. You'll hit post reply when you're done. And then once there are some replies out there, you can then begin to respond to another student. So I'm not going to post this one since I'm not part of the class at this time. So I'm just going to push cancel. And I'm going to go back to modules. So many of the modules culminate in a discussion post, but there are some that ask you to do something a little bit different. So I want to review one of those. This one here gives you some instructions and some information handouts and culminates in an assignment that you'll upload. So I want to look at that to let you know how that works. So here, this has instructions for what to do. In this case, students are revising, taking a paragraph that they've written and revising it based on information in the handouts, and then they're going to post their original and revised paragraph. So in order to do this, you would type it up maybe on a Word document, and then when you're ready, you can hit Submit Assignment. You can go out and browse and grab your assignment. You could also, if you're working on Office 365 online through your Sac State account, upload from there. And you could also type in or copy and paste your information as a text entry here. Once you've attached your file or done in some other way, you can add comments if you want to leave comments for your facilitator, and then click Submit Assignment, and you will have completed that particular module. So credit for the modules means that you have gone through the background information and then completed the culminating assignment, which is at the end of each particular module. So there's kind of two things that may happen, or actually three. Our first module, as you recall from the previous video, ended with a quiz and the grading contract. Most of them will be a discussion post like we talked about, and then there will be a few where you're actually submitting a particular assignment. So if you have questions about what's due for a particular module, let your facilitator know, and they can expand and explain it a little bit more. The modules are listed as numerical order, but based on the class's needs and what students and the facilitator decide, you may not go in the order that they're listed, and you may not complete all of them. We have, I think, 17 different modules, and we only have 15 weeks of class, so certainly you can't do all of them, but you'll decide with your facilitator and your group which ones are most relevant for your class. So probably the main areas that you need to focus on for a HybridEnglish1X class are the modules. This can take you to the discussions and the assignments, or you can go directly there to see what's due as well. And then the other area that might be of value is grades, where you can go to see how you're doing in terms of, have you completed what you need to complete, when are things due, and so forth, and how are you doing in terms of attendance. So modules, very important, and you can get to the discussions and assignments from modules, and then grades can help you see what your status is in the class. Also, the home page will list any announcements, and if you're not familiar with Canvas, there's also a calendar and a mailbox. So the mailbox allows you to email your facilitator for your class or other students enrolled in the class. The calendar can help you keep track of assignments that are due. So I wish you success using Canvas. If you notice any problems with the modules, or maybe problems where the instructions are not clear or need some editing or modification, please let us know. This is the first time that we're using this particular Canvas course, and so we may have some errors or things that need to be updated or expanded. So let us know if you notice anything that will be helpful for the next group of students that use this. And please, again, contact your facilitator if you need more explanation on any of the instructions or need to know which module is due for your particular class. Thank you.